Hello, and welcome to Loose Butthole Reviews. Today we are reviewing the Cellar Dweller from 1988, I believe.
I probably. I think it's 87, maybe.
I'm just going to confirm real quick. And, yeah, it's from 1988.
Oh, okay.
Alright,
I don't
so,
know why I saw 87. Maybe that was the Hulu telling me that.
yeah, Hulu likes to give you the date they were filmed a lot more than the actual
Hmm.
date, I've noticed.
Gotcha.
I don't know why.
Odd.
But before we get really into this, we're going to give our rating like always. I gave this a 3 out of 5.
I'm back.
And we're
Uh,
giving our rating.
did you say you're ready?
Yep, 3 out of 5.
Yes. And 2.5 out of 5, though I think technically I feel like our ratings are the same. Just there's a little difference in how we see the numbers by a point.
Uh,
By a point
well,
fifth.
the only reason why is because my OCD. I'm
Hmm.
gonna be straight with you.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the reason yeah, I gave it some leeway cuz it did come out in, the 80s.
Late 80s.
Yeah, late 80s, but still, it was still early for horror, especially the way this played out. I didn't expect the ending. The ending was a major twist for me. I expected her to only bring back Philip and they like run off and they go live together, happily ever after. I That's what I was expecting the ending to be.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I was glad it didn't go that route. And that he started burning instantly
Yeah,
when we were
I
thinking that.
well, everybody did.
Yeah.
And it's implied that she got eaten at the end, so
I mean, I don't know, this was like this was 14 years after Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so I'm not gonna give it too much leeway because
Um,
I mean
I'm not a
that
fan of the
lower
original
budget.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, I'm not really a fan.
That's the only good one. I mean, I like the second one for different reasons, but
I mean,
honestly, the only good
as a
one.
as a kid, I got creeped out by him, but I'm just not a fan of Leatherface. I don't know.
I feel I feel like the 74 film is the only scary one, and I think it's done super well. That's a 5 out of 5 film for me.
I would probably have to watch that one again because I
But
believe
anyway,
I only seen that one time.
we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, I know.
You've only seen one time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I only
but
seen that
we're
one.
getting
The one time.
sidetracked.
We're getting sidetracked. We're getting sidetracked.
But anyway, because of that film, I mean, I'm not gonna give like too much leeway
All right,
for
gotcha.
anything. I mean, I think it's fine for what it was. I think I was never bored in this film. And honestly, I I enjoyed it more than Trick or Treat, just by a little bit, just by a little bit. Not
That's
enough.
really shocking. I did not enjoy this more than Trick or Treat. That's for sure.
It wasn't enough to give it a an actual change in rating, but because I still enjoyed Scanners more, and
Gotcha,
I gave
gotcha.
Scanners a 3, a solid 3. Though I still think that's a low 3.
Yeah, Scanners is actually a high 3 for me, and this is definitely like a mid 3 for me. I'm definitely giving it the 3 just because it came from the 80s. If this came out like in the 90s or something, then I would have to question on the art style of the footage that they used and everything. So I actually might still give it a 3 to be honest. But if it came out like sometime this year with like no intentions of being artsy or anything, this would be a terrible film.
Yeah, I
But I like the premise of the this. I wish they would go. I know they didn't. They weren't going to. They didn't really have the runtime to. But I wish they'd kind of go into how the comic dude came into possession of the book. It kind
Oh
of was just
yeah.
he randomly had this magical book, and that woman that dies in the beginning, they don't really explain her at all. She literally just magically, there's no like, oh, a woman disappeared and was found in his house or anything like that. They just say that he killed somebody.
Hmm. Yeah, I didn't know if it was implied that he created her through the book. You
Yeah,
know,
I was completely confused on that. That really got me.
or if she was like an artist that lived there and then got transported there by the
Well,
book.
when
Big
he
Anna's.
well, that was just his house at the time. That wasn't an art school at that
Oh
point in
yeah.
time. So it might have been his wife, but they don't go
Who
into detail on
knows?
that. They just say he killed somebody and caught the place caught on fire.
Hmm.
And then for some fucking reason, 30 years later, it's an art school out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely liked that it was batshit crazy.
Oh yeah, it
Anytime
was off the.
anytime you'd kind of start to get bored and you'd be like, okay, this is kind of dumb. Then all of a sudden, just something out of left field will just happen, and
Yeah, get your
it'll
interest
just
back
be
up.
hilarious.
That it's definitely a good B horror film.
That lady just screaming outside.
Oh yeah, for no random reason, just I guess she can. They're in the middle of nowhere. It's not like there's a town she can wake up or anything.
Mm. And just them
And
all watching her do that weird interpretive dance that or the what do
the
you
art
call those?
performance, yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually a very important scene, though.
Yeah, it is. But I mean it's it's so fucking hilarious.
I can't
It is out
even
of nowhere.
believe that they were able to pull something off like that. I was went because it confused. It was completely out of left field. But after you get to the end, you're like,
Mm.
oh shit! Like they randomly foreshadow how it ends in a weird art performance in the middle of the film.
Yeah. I did like right as you said what in the hell that that Philip verbatim said exactly what in the hell.
It was just,
Okay, let's talk about Philip, the worst character
oh,
in
dude.
this film.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of trying to avoid him until the end. That dude was fucking awful, dude. I don't know if it was his
Uh,
acting or the directing. He was
it was the
creepy as fuck.
directing. I mean, he was a classic. He's the classic sex pest trope. And then they also had it was like when you put the sex pest also in like the hero boyfriend trope. You know, you mix those two. They don't mix well. You gotta have that guy be likable.
Like, and they just shoehorn him into the end at the end. And they try to, lull you into the happy ending of her drawing him back and like beating the the thing up in chains and everything.
I guess she was just into him because he was like the only not old man there.
I mean, I guess so, but he just
Or and because he bullied her into liking him
it
just by
it
pestering.
made me extremely uncomfortable. That's for sure. I would not want to be in the same
Oh,
room with Philip.
and
So
it seemed like he was in a relationship with that blonde girl until she stepped in. Then he totally ditched her and like didn't even care that she died. He even said that
yeah,
like, oh yeah, he's
she was
probably giving
even
her diarrhea.
at during the shower scene before her before her first death, because everybody dies twice in this film. Oh, they didn't really
Yeah.
show the art teacher die. The art teacher just magically becomes the
Yeah,
monster.
and she doesn't burn either. So I think that was
No,
true
the
that
art
she
teacher does
was the
burn.
monster.
Everybody
Oh, she
burns.
does.
Yeah, everybody
Okay,
burns.
I couldn't remember if she did.
Yeah, they show a picture of everybody burning.
Okay, okay, good. I didn't know
Yeah, they
if
did.
she was the monster in fucking disguise or some shit.
But that really creeped me out. I was like, okay, cool. That
But yeah, I mean, and also, yeah, I mean, when the it also just there's like if that chick was expecting it to be Philip when she's in the shower, like this happens all the time.
Oh yeah,
just
that's
that just makes me hate him
uh,
more.
but that could. I was thinking of it as that could be like their little lovers quarrel because, like you said, they did have a relationship.
Mm. But he totally just didn't give a shit when she was dead. He cracked the fucking joke.
Oh
He's like
yeah, he
cracked.
did.
He's like she's probably giving him diarrhea. It's like what the fuck? She wasn't even a mean person. She was the nicest person in the house.
She was overtly nice because of her just demeanor and her creativity.
Yeah, maybe she was the weakest artist, but
No, no, Philip was the fucking weakest artist by
oh yeah, I forgot he
far.
had the fucking finger paintings. He had the fucking finger paintings. I forgot that was.
I I could paint better than I could do finger paintings better than Philip.
Yeah, I forgot. They didn't really show his stuff. It was
Yeah,
kind
they
of like they
did. They
forgot they
they
ran out of
showed a
things.
whole wall. He finger painted a three-titted lady. I can't believe you didn't even see that.
I don't. Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't
Yeah,
remember really many
yeah.
of his
There's
paintings.
there's a fucking shitty ass three-titted lady that he fucking finger paint. They show a whole wall of his work.
Fucking
They're all fucking just terrible.
by Jack, by Jack's after his finger paintings.
It was fucking terrible, dude.
I did kind of I did like the Marlon Brando guy.
The wannabe private eye. Apparently, he was like a detective, and now he wants to be an actor, but he still wants to be a private eye for some fucking reason.
I don't think he knew what he wanted to be.
He was
I think
very
he, I
conflicted in
think
himself.
he would. I think they explained sort of that he just get lost in roles. So maybe he became a detective because of how he is. Maybe because he got lost in the role of a detective.
I have no clue.
Because that's the thing about this movie. It's like maybe like that could have been an intentional or not. Like it's hard to tell.
Like,
It's hard to tell when this movie is completely stupid or if it's like actually being kind of clever, or if it's being clever by
I'm
accident.
giving it the benefit of the doubt and saying it's a mixture of both. Like they weren't trying to be clever, but they, stumbled upon it, and in editing, they realized what they had, or something of that nature.
It felt like a really. I looked it up and I made sure because and it's not, but it feels like a really weak, like a weak Clive Barker story. I think
Oh,
this is what this feels like.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was still. It's not very long either. It's not like it overstays its welcome or anything. Some scenes are
Hmm.
kind of a bit long, I will say, and
I wish we
I'm,
could get Rawhead Rex on here.
but
Need to find that film.
for the most part, I I'm glad we watched this. To be honest, even I know I gave it a 3, but I don't think I have to watch this again.
Yeah, that's me too.
Like if someone else is watching this, I'll like be like, "Oh yeah, this film. It's all right." But for the most part, it's a good. I mean, if you want to watch a good an old B horror from the 80s, I wouldn't mind. putting this on to have in the background or something.
Hmm. Honestly, I think there's better B horror movies
Yeah, I'm
to
just
have in the
saying to like
background.
have background noise or something. I'm not saying to
No,
like
yeah,
overtly watch, just
maybe.
like to not be alone. And you want to still have that October vibe.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
That because that's you.
I
I
would I would recommend this to a very select few.
definitely horror film buffs for sure. Definitely should get a kick out of this.
Yeah, and a very a tip a very specific type of horror movie buff.
And I know that we usually don't give stuff like this, but it would be I know it's not on Netflix, it's on Hulu right now, but it's a good stream and chill movie.
Yeah,
You know, if,
yeah. I mean, the she you could watch Goth Lady get horny for a big beast.
yeah, I mean, did she really get
Because
horny for the big
I mean,
beast?
I know that they didn't mean it to be, but it seemed like that's what what was
I
happening
mean,
at
every
first.
time she got scared, it didn't seem like she was getting off, but they did state she got a thrill from being scared. So
Mm,
they
yeah.
do point that out in the film. It's not like something that just is out of left field.
No, yeah.
And it's not bad acting either. It's actually pretty decent acting.
Oh, actually, I actually really liked the actress. I mean, like there wasn't really much with like the script or anything or direction, but I could tell she's a really good actress.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Marlon Brando, he was also good. The others though, they were kind of hit
Pretty
and
rough.
miss on their scenes.
Yeah.
They definitely probably needed a few more takes, but you can tell since the whole movie takes place in the one house that this was a very low budget film.
Hmm.
Just to make sure, I'm gonna see how low budget it was. Is there any other film, like any other scenes you want to talk about?
Really long opening credits.
Oh yeah, and I hated the
Would have been
effects that
bad.
they did. They try to. It's like they fucking had it to where you they were trying to trick you onto when they were going to end for some reason.
Yeah. Though I didn't mind the artwork that was throughout.
They don't have the budget. Why don't they ever have the budget?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't know where you'd find that. Is that on IMDb?
That's what I'm going to now. It doesn't have it. Ah, damn it. But you could tell this is low budget. They use one setting, and it seems like there's only like one or two cameras present.
Hmm.
Especially with how they're extremely you never see the beast really with any of the people. They literally filmed and used the same foot. They pulled what Power Rangers did and just loop the same footage over and over again when he's eating the people, if you notice that.
You great. Could
What?
have been better with the gore,
Yeah, I
I think.
mean, I like I said,
Like other
it
than
was
the
low
eyeball
budget.
pop. Yeah. The eyeball pop was good, but
Oh yeah, that was really good. I didn't expect that to happen. Oh, and the head the decapitation scene that also came out of left field for me.
hmm.
Like I didn't expect them to show the decapitation like that.
You got me curious.
What, you trying
Seeing
to
if I
find
could
the budget?
find. Yeah.
Well, now I gotta try to keep the conversation going.
No, you're good. Come on. How the fuck do you find you? You
I just have
know?
to remember to cut this.
No. Let's see. The Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just don't. I hate that they don't post that. I feel like you could find
Yeah, I feel you should be able to find the budget. I just can't right off the bat.
driving dust stuff. Mm,
But surely it's not that much money because they literally use a residential house for crying out loud.
yeah,
Like they don't even try to cover it up.
true, true, true.
And usually a residential house means that is one of the that is one of the crew members' house that just so happens to fit what they need.
Yeah, they don't. Everyone just has a low budget.
Yeah, that it gonna yeah, I'm not surprised.
But yeah, um, can't think of anything else.
Yeah, we can end it. We can end it. That
All
was long
right,
enough.
2.5.
3 out of 5 for me. If you've been listening this long, thank you. This has been the Loose Butthole reviews of Cellar Dwellers. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. And this will be a bye bye.
Bye bye.